Hey guys, in the previous video, we've talked about how to mint vToken. In this video, we're going to walk you through how to use the vToken. So what's the utility scenarios you have? And we still use the vDOT as an example, and we take it from there. Let's go to the vDOT page, and here is the scenario. In this page, we can see what scenarios that inside of Bifrost or outside of Bifrost. The first part is the swap, and the second one is the extra yield scenario that you can use your vToken. And the third one is the money market, borrowing and loan. And the final one is other, like vToken governance and Interlay BTC Gold. We will walk through them one by one, and we take it from the yacht part. The first scenario in the yacht part is Bifrost farming. So you can see the APY right here, and if we click it, it will direct us to the farming. Those are the farming cards that we can jump in. So for vDOT, we need to select the DOT and vDOT or the vDOT single farming pool. So there's one. If you deposit for a DOT pool, that's quite easy. Just if you're holding the single token of vDOT and you just deposit into it, and it's done. But for DOT and vDOT is the liquidity provider pair. So if you click the deposit, it needs you're depositing the LP token into it. And right now we don't have one. So let's go to get one. Just click this get LP. And we jump into the liquidity adding page. We need to add the pair between DOT against vDOT, right? And let's input tiny amount to demonstrate it. In this stable pool, it's automatically pairing the coefficient between these two tokens. And then we add the liquidity into it. Okay, we get it. And then we going back to the farming pool and find this pool. Click the deposit, and we put the BLP that we just got. So deposit, and then succeed. And we can see the status of this car will be updated in the short time. Well, after the refresh, we can see here's the new status of this card. Here's my position, and here's the reward. So what we can do is once we accumulate much enough of the reward, we can manually claim it. So just click this claim, and it will call the claim for your reward. And there is another effective way is claim more. If you do this, and they will batch a call to claim all this reward from those cards, from those pools. So it's one click and all done. And meanwhile, we can manage our positions. The first one is we can add some more into the farming pool, or we can withdraw it. So let's demonstrate how to withdraw the whole process. We click the max, and we will withdraw all of the position from the existing farming pool. And you can see the pool share is decreasing, and base APY is still, and withdraw it. Alright, withdraw succeed, and we go to a wallet to check if we have the BLP inside of our wallet. So this one, BLP dot and vDOT, is what we have. Right now we have this balance, and we go to the swap and the swap pool liquidity and remove it. So here's all the BLP we have, and we click max, withdraw it, and we can see the details of this pair, dot and vDOT. Click the remove. Well done, this done. We check the balance again, and here we have no balance of this VLP anymore, but the dot overall balance increased. And here's one thing to mention. What about if you don't have BNC to pay for the transaction fee? So alternatively, you can use other tokens to be set as the transaction fee for paying. If you click this, and here it's set as gas fee, right? Or if you can go on the top, check the balance of your tokens, and any of them, if you move your mouse on top of it, the hover will be shown set as the gas fee. So you can easily use any of the token that you have to pay for the transaction fee, so you don't need BNC for them necessarily. The second vDOT scenario is Zenlink item. So Zenlink is a DEX which has inherent pendle function. So they have a option market, which is Zenlink item, and we can see here are two V tokens right here. One is vDOT and the other one is vGlimmer. What you can do is Zenlink is deployed on Moonbeam, so which means we need to cross the asset vDOT or vGlimmer to Moonbeam, and then we can execute these options. Yeah, let's cross some vDOT out there. Well, now we have received the balance of vDOT. So in this option market, what we can do is we can long or short the interest token or the principal token. So the yacht token, the interest token is YT, and the principal token is PT. Please do your research before you going to DeFi applications like this. It's a little bit complex. So let's say we are mint YT and PT together. Because the interest rate right now for DOT is decreasing, so the PT have a positive number of the APY, but YT has a negative number. But before we execute anything, make sure you have Glimmer token as the transaction fee paying. So let's go to the page of vDOT option. What we can do here is that if we think the interest rate of the DOT will increase, maybe the better choice was to hold YT, right? But if the interest rate will decrease, the better choice must be holding PT. Firstly, the swap. We can swap some vDOT into PT, or we can swap some vDOT to YT, right? It depends. Or instead, we can mint some vDOT to PT and YT. So we hold the position of these two tokens, which means we can get the implied APY of the liquidity providing actually. Regarding more of the functions inside of the option market, please do your own research. You can easily go to the Zenlink wiki, and it will get you through all the tutorials and details about what is YT, PT, and sort of stuff. Well then, let us back into the menu of the scenarios as we talk about Zenlink item, which is in Moonbeam. So I'd like to continue with Moonbeam scenarios as well. So they are Stellaswap and BeamSwap. They are both DEXs and providing liquidity and joint to the farming. So they are pretty much the same. I'll use Stellaswap as the example to explain this. So we go to select Stellaswap. And then we can see all the pools in Stellaswap. As we are using vDOT and DOT, so this is the target pool that we referring to. We can see the APR right here and the rewards inside of it. So what we need to do is click the deposit and provide the liquidity inside of this pool. The first one is the pair that we're selecting, and the second one is select the range. I personally prefer to select the standard one because if we providing liquidity out of this range, let's say this expert is very narrow, if the liquidity out of this range, then we will receive no providing fee. So that's the drawbacks. So I personally prefer this standard one, and yep, we need to firstly select this and then deposit the amount that we want to. I would like to maybe let's just provide 0.1 in the standard range and check this out. Yep, or liquidity provided. So we received an NFT that represents our liquidity position and go to my dashboard. Okay, here we can see the liquidity that we provided with my APR right here. And this is the NFT that we just received. If you click here, we can increase the liquidity inside of the position or withdraw it. Once we receive the words from the pool, and we can manually claim it right here. Here is the price range and the current price. If the price out of the price that we just provided in the range, then we will receive no liquidity provided fee, so it's to be noticed. All right, maybe let's withdraw these liquidity from the pool and enter the amount. We can drag it to 100% and remove all the liquidity that we just provided. Click confirm. Yep, there has no the pool info anymore. The next yielding scenario, let's go to hydration only pool. So hydration is another parachain inside of Polkadot ecosystem. What we need to do is using the same environment of substrate, or hydration is also EVM compatibility. So we can both connect the Polkadot wallet or the EVM wallet, so they are both works. And in hydration, we can easily just provide a single token liquidity inside of OmniPool. So rather than providing two pairs against, we can only just providing one, so which is very convenient for us to do. So here is the pool of vDOT, and which providing three types of reward: vDOT, BNC, and HDX. So if we providing vDOT as the liquidity, and we will receive these three tokens in the available farms. And what if we don't have vDOT in hydration? So we can easily cross some vDOT from Bifrost to hydration, right? And we select Bifrost and select vDOT, and the destination chain is hydration, so we can cross any of the token from Bifrost to hydration. And if you don't have the fee to pay for it in the hydration, if you don't have HDX in your wallet, you can also easily to set any of the token in your wallet as the transaction fee. So you can see any of this token as a fee payment asset. Let's say if you have BNC in Bifrost, right? You can easily cross some BNC from Bifrost to hydration, or you can easily cross some vDOT from Bifrost to hydration to fill up your wallet. And then let us do the liquidity providing. We should go to this opals and find the pool of vDOT. So here's it. So the first thing first, we need to add some liquidity into the pool, and then we can join the farm. So let's input the number of vDOT first. Let's say we do 10 vDOT, and we can see the join available farms are here, and we will execute a series executions by following. Then we add the liquidity and join farms. Click this. You can see here is adding the liquidity right now. This is the transaction. To be noticed, here is another transaction. Deposit shares. Jump into the liquidity mining, and then we will be joined the first farm, and there will be remaining farms waiting us to join. And then the third transaction is jump into the remaining farms. All right, cool. Right now we've joined the farm, and let's see how to manage your position. So here is the position that we just setting up, and we can see the farm position number 1. You might be curious to know what is claimable rewards, because Hydration has the royalty curve inside of their farming, and this is it. So if you click any of this card, we can see the royalty curve of this pool. So literally, it takes you about 10 days from the 50% to get to the highest, the maximum of the percent of the APR of this farming pool. So right now, we just receiving 3.4% of APR, but after 15 days, we can maximize it. So that's the royalty number. And here we can see the status of this royalty bar, and it will be fulfilled after the several days I just shown. Here's the total rewards, and the rewards below the range, which means we cannot withdraw the rewards into the ones, because the setting up is right here. Let's say default is 99%, so which means the royalty number before or below the 99%, we cannot selfly claim it. So that's how it's setting up. Yeah, here is the claimable reward, and once it's matured, we can claim all. And current value is here. So here's the position management. What we can do is exit the farms right now. Let's sign the transaction. Okay, farm has been cleared, and the next step is to remove the liquidity from the pool. Yeah, we can select the range max and send the transaction. Okay, that's clear. So until now, we've done the liquidity providing and the liquidity removing and exit the farm. And another interesting function that worth us to talk is the Yield DCA. It diversifies your staking reward from the stake dot. So easily saying, if you want to receive your staking reward by USDC or other tokens, by depositing vDOT, you can use this Yield DCA. So let's see what happens. This will automatically input vDOT as the yield from, and you will get the token by your wish. You can select any of this token, and then let's say we use USDT as an example, and then we select over the period of time, let's say 1 year. This means I want to receive the staking reward from vDOT by USDT and input a number. They will give us the result. So we'll spend vDOT every 2 months, 2 weeks by USDC over 1 year using expected underlying yield of this price. And here's the average APY. An estimated yield is here. And there's a slippage protection because underlyingly it will swap the vDOT to USDC regularly within this 1 year. So there's a slippage protection. And we schedule the Yield DCA trade. And later on, we can see our order is happening here. And we can see the details of this order. Yeah, once we receive the USDT, and it will show us here. So the next execution will happen in 2 months, 4 weeks later. So this is the Yield DCA. And then let's move our eyes on loan and other. So they both have Interlay, right? The loan is Interlay Lending, and the other one is Interlay BTC Vault, and we will introduce them together right now. In the Interlay application, firstly, we might need to bridge some asset into Interlay to start everything. So briefly speaking, they have liquidity pools of vDOT against another token. Here's Inter, which is their native token against vDOT, and here's the APR that we can jump into it. And also they have money market lending. What we can deposit a bunch of assets which vDOT is included, so we can deposit vDOT to borrow any of this token out. In order to set up the positions, we need some asset to pay the transaction fee, and we also need the vDOT to be bridged to Interlay, right? So firstly, we go to send and receive. In send and receive, we click the bridge, and we can bridge the asset from Bifrost to Interlay. We select Bifrost, the destination chain is Interlay, and we transfer, let's say, two vDOT from Bifrost to Interlay. And here is our original chain fee we need to pay by BNC. Let's go to the wallet and check our balance. And right now we have vDOT here. In order to do the execution in Interlay, you actually need some INTR for the payment. So we can click here to swap some. You can literally use your vDOT swap some Interlay right here. I've already have the balance of Inter, so I won't execute it. You can do it yourself. And let's go to the landing page. Well, in the landing page, we can easily deposit any of this asset on the collateral and borrowing out from the market. So let's deposit vDOT. It's a deposit 0.5 as an example, and we land it in. Well, in Interlay, the Talisman wallet is recommended, so which is the reason why I switch another wallet here. Crew or position is setting up. Here we can see here's the vDOT position of us, and make it being a collateral and use vDOT as a collateral. Cool. Now we can borrow out any of the asset that we want to execute. Let's say borrow out IBC or BNC, right? Let's borrow out BNC, let's say. So maximum the BNC that we can borrow out is 15 because it's reaching out the liquidation threshold, right? So let's do maybe just 5, and we are very secured. Cool. Our position is setting up here, and in the above we can see the current status of our position. The liquidation rate right now is low. The yellow one is secure LTV, and the right one is liquidation LTV. Once we get into the 77%, our position will be liquidated. So right now, let me show you how to remove your position and collateral. So first thing first, you need to repay what you have borrowed, right? So in my borrowed position, we need to click the repay and repay the BNC. And see what liquidity that we can provide for the farm. Here is the vDOT and Interlay pair, right? As we already have vDOT, we can easily provide some liquidity against these two pairs. Let's say we provide 0.1 vDOT here. Oh, but unfortunately, we don't have enough balance of Inter. Let's start with the Inter maybe. Here is available amount, and we can just add the liquidity, right? And here's our position. If we click it, and we can add more or withdraw the liquidity. So inside of this, we can see the APR right now is about 12%, and then we can withdraw it. Yeah, let's remove all liquidity from this. All liquidity has been removed. And then the last thing I want to introduce you the collateral being the vote for the IBDC. So you can literally use the vDOT as the collateral. If you go to the dashboard of statistic of Interlay and go to this total collateral locked and view those votes, there's one chart right here is the total vDOT locked in the vDOT vote. So inside of this vote, you can actually run in BTC client and deposit your vDOT as a collateral to issue IBTC. Regarding this, right now vDOT is already being the largest vote inside of all these different pools. So if you want to run the IBTC or BTC client for the vDOT as being collateral, I suggest you go to the Interlay docs. Here we can easily see how we run a vote in run a node section. If you click this run a vote, and they will direct go to the setting up vote, and then here's the checklist. Once we finish this task in this checklist, we can successfully setting up a vote by using the vDOT as a collateral and issue IBTC. So the benefits of using vDOT as a collateral, we can easily see from here. If we click into a vote, we can see the APR of this vote. So let's see, this one is from Interlay officially, I think, and their APR right now is 4.33%. But to be noticed, vDOT is the staking bearer token, which means it inherently has staking reward inside of it. So the staking reward of vDOT right now is about 15%, right? So plus this 4.33, so that's literally about 19% of APR, right? Compounding the staking rewards with APR and the rewards it providing the collateral inside of this vault. Well, that's everything around Interlay. Well, the last application that I want to introduce you is OmniLS, so which is underlyingly leveraged by Bifrost SLPX. This application's unified vToken minting scenario, which means you can easily mint any of these vTokens in their source chain. So let's just click SLPX and briefly know what it is. So there's a diagram, the Bifrost in the center, and then the users are in these isolated chains, but the SLPX actually connects them together. So all of this vToken, the liquid staking services are provided by Bifrost via the XCM. So here is the XCM, and using the bridge hub, we can easily connect to any of these external chains and also the EVM compatibility chains. So in this OmniLS, we can easily see what's the working flow underlyingly to transport the assets from a chain to Bifrost and then to Polkadot. So here is the route. And the last thing is the use cases of SLPX. So for OmniLS, it provides you another path to directly connect the address in your source chain and execute the liquid staking with Bifrost. So that's very unique. Let me show you how we can do this. All right, here's the example that we can maybe connect with Manta Pacific and then meet some vMANTA directly in Manta Pacific. And we also have those different kinds of vTokens and liquid staking systems. So which means, let's say VA star, you can easily mint a VA star in A star or mint the V Glamour in Moonbeam. So we get started with vMANTA, okay? Right, this page is simply the stake, unstake, swap, and portfolio. We start with the stake. Let's say we mint maybe 3 Manta to vMANTA, and right now we can see the APR right now and the total stake of Manta. Yet the transaction will be executed within 5 to 10 minutes because underlyingly it will execute like 2 or 3 XCM transactions. The unstaking period will still be the same feature on Bifrost, which is using a fast unstaking queue to execute everything. So the unstaking period is the floating time. To be noticed here, you need ETH for paying the transaction fee, so make sure you have it. And we stop to stake in the portfolio, we will receive the vMANTA later because it will take about 5 to 10 minutes for the execution. And now, after about 5 minutes, we receive our vMANTA right here. And what we can do here is to check the scenario of the vMANTA. So here is it, and let's go to group network, and we provide some liquidity into the pool for farming. And let's search for vMANTA and Manta pool, and we let the liquidity inside of it. Let's do maybe max, right? And we need to approve these two tokens. And then we good to add the liquidity. Add liquidity in progress. Yep, we good. We have the position right here. This is the vMANTA and Manta LP. Okay. And then we jump into the farm. Stake here is the max amount of the LP. Approve the LP token. Progress. Now we good. The liquidity is added and the form is deposited. Now we have the LP token right here. It's in harvest, and if we want to remove the liquidity, we just need to click this deductive arrow and then put the maximum amount of this LP and execute and stake. And we can go to remove the liquidity out of the pool. Here's our position and remove. Okay, liquidity has been removed, and in the OmniLS app, we can see yeah, our available balance of vMANTA is here and the Manta is here. And in the coming months, we will onboard the swap function, and it will make you easily to swap token A to any of the token B. So let's say if you don't have Manta, maybe you can use ETH or DOT to swap with Manta via the Bifrost liquidity. So that's going to be an interesting function for the underlying cross-chain swap in a concentrated liquidity pool. So stay tuned. And the final function of OmniLS is to unstake your vToken. Let's say we use the regular mode and put up the number into it. Okay, we can unstake right now. It will actually take a floating period of time, and we might need to maximally wait for 7 days. And here's the cross-chain transaction fee for paying the XCM. Also, there is a layer 0 transaction fee. And the unstaking fee is 0.1%. Then our unstaking request is posted, and if we go to the portfolio, we can see we have no vMANTA balance. So let's just wait until the Manta received, and we are good.